Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. In this video, the Crypto Basic XRP community examines the path to $20,000 in value. The majority of people probably haven't attempted to calculate how much XRP would need to be worth tens of thousands of dollars, in this example, 20,000, yet. But here's my analysis. From the beginning, even if you haven't done the math, as a human being, you have this hunch that XRP at $20,000 doesn't generate any goddamn medication. So, you're clearly not an idiot. In that case, I applaud you. In other words, you're totally right. Therefore, it's really mind-blowing, even if you haven't done the math, but you have a strong feeling that it's that good. However, I intend to do a good job from the start so that we won't have to discuss this for quite some time. And that's assuming you don't already know it or have a sneaking feeling that these kinds of numbers are really insane. Have you ever wanted to know how completely insane they are? Whoever believes these numbers make sense is completely mistaken. Funny thing is, it's not like the individuals that put these theories out aren't funny. The reasoning behind how XRP reached its current value is never well explained. After then, the bidding goes up to these levels. And I'll tell you straight out, it's not going to happen. So, as I often say, there is enough to be enthusiastic about as an XRP holder. As XRP holders, we can be excited without this insane hype garbage. Also, I'm aware that if I just join the crowd and say these things, I'll probably get more views and subscribers. But I'm not going to do that because I know it's trash. For my part, I wouldn't be being entirely forthright if I did that. It is not going to happen. This is so ridiculous that I intend to discard it along with these other ideas. And the reason for that isn't even complicated to grasp. But before we continue, I want to make something very clear. I come from absolutely no financial background. My counsel has nothing to do with money. As for the advice, you should refrain from making any financial transactions based on what I suggest. Making movies on YouTube regarding cryptocurrency is something I like doing for fun and as a pastime. I'm just an enthusiast. The current circulating supply of XRP is approximately $54 billion, thus if its value reached $20,000, its market cap would exceed $1 quadrillion. The market cap does not reflect the amount of money invested in XRP, rather, it is a simple multiplication of the current market rate by the circulating supply, which is how crypto weights are determined. All you have to do is take the available supply and multiply it by the going rate in the market. It's done. I see. Industry experts have calculated that the market capitalization of cryptocurrencies increases fivefold for every dollar that flows into the space. You put in a single dollar, not $1.50. Additionally, it will increase market cap by $5, which is a significant increase. This is the effect it usually has, though it has nothing to do with the initial investment, rather, it is the accumulation of prices over time. Assuming it to be true, there is therefore no foolproof method of knowing the exact amount of money coming in. However, there are solid methods for gaining a reasonable understanding of what it is. If that is correct, then approximately $200 trillion would have to invest into XRP to get the same kind of multiplier impact. For the record, if we're talking about the hypothetical inflow of $200 trillion, that's a lot. From that point on, we're talking about a fivefold rise. A quadrillion is reached in this way. Reason being, it starts with 100 billion, then continues on to 1 quintillion, and finally, to 4 trillion. If a $200 trillion investment were to have a fivefold effect on the market capitalization, that amount would be $1 quadrillion. You still claim to be far more bullish even if you believe that estimate is 50% off. Sure, I'll just double it. His pitch can be doubled. So, you believe you could really get a tenfold raise? Rather than merely a fivefold increase, as opposed to every dollar invested? That still necessitates an investment of $100 trillion in XRP. The world just does not have enough capital to invest in XRP at this time, hence the likelihood of this happening is zero. There's absolutely no chance this will happen. Additionally, keep in mind that if assets were sold to generate more funds, for example, and I'll show you some numbers in a second, then you could theoretically invest that money in XRP. That would imply that demand for every other asset on Earth either vanished entirely or dropped significantly. If this were to happen, the value of everything from equities and precious metals to real estate, cars, yachts, and more would plummet. For the simple reason that it's a straightforward idea, right? Why? Because XRP is currently the target of a flood of capital. Other things can't be its targets. So long as it's going into XRP. Other things aren't allowing it to flow. So, keep in mind that the current market value of all currency is only around $2.3 trillion. $2.30 trillion. Remember what I said earlier? If we're talking about, well, let's just pretend that the market cap increases by tenfold for every dollar that comes in. It's definitely a little excessive, but it's okay. Perhaps it is. Reaching the 1 quadrillion mark requires an additional $100 trillion. Therefore, $20,000 is the value of XRP. Again, though, that's not a lot of money. There is currently $2.3 trillion in circulation. Look great, too. About $19.64 trillion is in circulation as M1 currency. That is still far from sufficient. Even if it were sufficient, it would still not be able to fund XRP without first necessitating 5 times the amount. Exactly what I wanted. After this, I don't think anything else matters. Do you see how ridiculous this is? Now think about this, there are $112 trillion worth of stocks in the United States. Do you believe that XRP's value will eventually surpass that of the world's greatest economy by a factor of 10? This makes no sense. Oh my god, this is just ridiculous. Oh my, you still don't understand, even if you're mentioning that spotter for this. What you have on hand is a mystery. You need to broaden your perspective. Then, a common argument is that XRP might become the world's reserve currency. What if, however, it does transform into a worldwide reserve? Just so you know, I think that's about accurate. I was looking up a statistic before I recorded this video, and I'm going to bring it up. I think that close to 60% of the world's reserves are stored in US dollars. Feel free to verify my math. That made sense to me. Still, that's assuming the XRP value remains the same, even after exchanging all of those dollars. To top it all off, there isn't nearly enough demand to push XRP's price up to $20,000 using just the worldwide reserve. That is, assuming XRP's eventual status as a worldwide reserve. Looking at the screen, you may observe this. This is visual capitalism. I remember seeing this site quite some time ago because I've heard others raving about it, but it keeps reappearing. It has likely been here ever since I filmed the video in which I completely trashed the idea. You know, it's a common occurrence. Because I can't do it daily, I'll simply say it's stupid without explaining why. However, I have done so now, since I created a video a year ago, describing the article and how ridiculous this is. However, the global wealth pyramid may be seen here. And according to UBS's calculations, the distribution of the world's $454.4 trillion in net worth in 2022 was as follows. That is all. The world's wealth was $454.4 trillion in 2022, the most recent full year for which statistics is available. I think that covers it. That year, 2023, was a wrap. Although I have not yet seen the numbers assembled, I have no doubt that we will have them soon. This means that 2022 is the most recent year for which data is available. Once again, while discussing a market cap of $1 quadrillion, it exceeds twice the total wealth of the world. Consequently, individuals make foolish statements such as "yeah, but that's not how much money flows into it." For the simple reason that I was describing the kind of multiplier effect we see in cryptocurrency earlier in the video, in relation to the pricing, of course. No matter how many times you multiply it by, my opinion would remain unchanged regardless of your assessment. The available funds are insufficient to accomplish this. It is simply not going to happen. The premise is completely ridiculous. You may understand why I wanted to provide you with concrete figures now. However, $454.4 trillion. The current market capitalization of XRP is simply insufficient to support such a high bid. Here you can observe the source from which I derived these figures. Plays too much, I've chosen arbitrary websites. And this is the website for banking rates, here. The total value of all currency in circulation as of January 2023 is displayed here. I was referring to this earlier, but the money supply is 9.6.4 trillion. In any case, it's still not nearly enough, even if you take a more macro view and assume that XRP wasn't involved at all. By no means, not even close. Then again, I suppose nothing could be worse. Mansions become worthless as a result of all the money chasing XRP, and precious metals, vehicles, and yachts fall in value so that everyone may have XRP. Utter idiocy. If you'd like to continue the discussion, there's also the matter of inflation, which may lead to XRP being valued that much. Then why are we even having this discussion? When people mention $20,000 worth of XRP, they're referring to its current value, or how much it would buy today if it were to be reduced in price. A loaf of bread, for example, can cost $20,000 currently. I mean, really. In today's discussion of purchasing power, that is not something that is unimportant. Therefore, it won't matter even if inflation allows for an astronomically high number to exist. For one thing, we likely have much worse problems. Thus, it is quite unlikely to take place at all. However, regardless of whether it did, the subject matter has changed. Being intellectually honest requires you to be aware of that. Please, let's put an end to this silliness about XRP potentially reaching $10,000. If XRP is extensively used in the long run, there is definitely enough capital for it to reach three figures. I prefer not to speculate on prices, therefore I have no idea if that will happen or not. However, XRP can easily accommodate the inflow of capital from every planet in the universe. Furthermore, we will merely state that this is a possibility, and it may have a tremendous multiplier impact. The idea doesn't seem outlandish. Well, that could be a serious possibility. Again, in my opinion, that would still necessitate a great number of market cycles if it were to occur. However, we were present here in early 2024. Given that you are likely currently a number of years into your stay, it is safe to assume that you have been here for a while. You have ample time to purchase everything at low prices, including XRP. Am I correct? After all that time spent saving and investing, you really do not require such high levels of wealth to change your life, do you? Very unlikely. Regardless of how many market cycles you may have to endure. You've seized the opportunity at the crack of dawn. I also said that at the end of the video, for the same reason, this marketing nonsense is unnecessary. Reason being, the real world is thrilling enough. The idea that you can become financially independent through crypto investment is not a pipe dream. That is really thrilling, isn't it? If you hear that XRP's value could reach $10,000 or more, you should simply look up some basic calculations the next time. You can demonstrate that there is insufficient money if this is not a complicated concept. You know, and even if there were, it wouldn't matter since everything else would be worthless due to the sale of other things. The idea isn't complicated, that's all. But I doubt many people gave it this kind of consideration. Since it has been in the news recently, I figured I'd produce a short film about it. I despise this garbage and it makes my life miserable. Nothing, I repeat, nothing annoys me more than other people affirming the potential value of XRP in the tens of thousands of dollars. Additionally, I had severe doubts about a few key players in our commitment. To be clear, I will not mention anyone by name. I don't think everyone's an idiot, but I do think there are some who recognize this as Looney Tune material and still push it. Do you understand? That is also the case. Please share your thoughts with me. And I promise you, I will lose everything if you ever tell me that XRP can reach $20,000. Don't put your money where your mouth is. I'm not a financial advisor. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.